Welcome to the 40th annual East Bay Leadership Series. Yeah, that's a good run. That's a good run. My name is Mark Orcutt, and I'm honored to serve as the President and CEO of the East Bay Leadership Council. For those who may be new to EBLC, we are an employer-led, nonprofit organization on a mission to strengthen the economy and improve quality of life here in the East Bay. This is a mission we pursue through policy advocacy, programs, and events like tonight that bring our region's leaders together in dialogue. Collectively, EBLC members represent nearly 50,000 East Bay jobs and more than $60 billion in economic impact. But those numbers alone are not why we exist. We exist to make the East Bay more competitive, more resilient, and a place where people and businesses can continue to thrive. It is a core belief of ours that change only comes through collective action, which means diverse coalitions matter, especially as we confront persistent local challenges. And they matter in a broader national context as well. The President of the United States has fostered a period of profound fear and instability, marked by trade disruptions, attacks on the judiciary and a free press, threats to a long-standing international norms, and deadly immigration enforcement. Some may debate the intent behind these policy choices. What is harder to debate are the contradictions they produce. We're told trade disruptions are about protecting American workers, yet they raise costs and inject uncertainty into supply chains. We're told attacks on the courts and the free press are about cutting through obstruction, yet they weaken the very institutions that provide accountability and the rule of law. We're told that projecting strength abroad will make us stronger at home, even as American businesses rely on stable alliances, predictable rules, and trusted international relationships to operate and grow. And we're told that ICE patrolling communities is about public safety, even as American citizens are killed. These contradictions are not abstract rhetoric. They shape how we experience government, how employers assess risk, and how we all decide whether government can be trusted. And we don't have to speculate about the consequences. The data tells the story. A new regional economic outlook released this month by our friends at the Bay Area Economic Institute shows that while the East Bay has weathered the past few years better than most of the Bay Area, we are still down more than 26,000 jobs since the pandemic, with job growth stalling over the last year. The report also makes something else clear. Without immigration, the Bay Area would now be shrinking. In 2025 alone, the region would have lost nearly 30,000 residents without foreign immigration. As we look forward, EBLC's role becomes clear. Serve as a nonpartisan organization focused on facts, coalition building, and practical solutions, and to deliver victories on the issues holding back our region's future, like housing affordability, transit access, workforce pathways, and regulatory clarity that allows employers to invest, grow, and create opportunity. There's no doubt that these days can feel paralyzing even to the most civically active among us. But the East Bay Leadership Council exists and has always existed to be a place of agency, education, action, and optimism. Yeah, hell yeah. And the facts also give us reason to be optimistic about the East Bay. This region is home to world-class employers driving innovation across sectors, world-renowned educational institutions, and a deep talent pipeline. Local leaders closer to the problems and often more willing to confront hard trade-offs, and community-based organizations that are clear-eyed about the systemic changes needed to lift up our neighbors. That capacity means the East Bay is not simply reacting to events, we are shaping our future. And that's reflected in what we released today. Hot off the presses, today we published our 2025 Impact Report, a snapshot of what EBLC delivered over the past year. The report highlights measurable outcomes across our policy advocacy, programs and events, and at the risk of outstaying my welcome at the podium this evening, this is my organization's party, I'd like to highlight a few figures. First, we graduated our 5th cohort through our Build the Bench candidate training program, and since its inception, 21 graduates have been elected or appointed to office. That is a meaningful investment in our region's future. Next, 27 organizations joined EBLC-led advocacy coalitions this year. That matters because it's easy to advocate alone. It's much harder and much more powerful to align across differences and move forward together. So many of those partners and coalition members are in the room this evening. Thank you for joining us in those fights. Finally, EBLC reached more than 1,800 business and civic leaders at events throughout the year. Every single one of these moments represents a chance to educate, inspire, and advocate. And based on tonight's turnout, we have a strong jump on that number for 2026. You will find a QR code on the screen, on the back of your program, in our upcoming newsletter. It's in the banner on the website that links to our full impact report. I encourage you to consider how you and your organization might help us grow our impact in the year ahead.